Going right now. So we're now joined by Drexel head coach Amy Mallon and preseason All-CAA first team selection Amaris Baker. Dragons finished with a 17-13 record last season and returning three starters, including Baker, who's one of the conference's top scorers, averaging 17 points per game. Coach, we'll start off with you. Season's fast approaching. What does the off-season preparations look like, and how are you feeling heading into this season?
I feel good. I mean, I guess the big thing is just feeling good, obviously feeling good about where we fall in a poll preseason, but also know our focus is simply on improving every day. That's what we do. That's always been our, what we say we're doing, we're going to do. So the results at the end of the year is how we judge ourselves moving forward. So for us right now, that's where we're focused and it's day to day, and to have a player like Amaris Baker back for another year. We say it all the time. It's a gift to our program because we have a third year and a third year player in our program just gets better and better. So I just know the work she puts in off the court, not only does it impact her, but it's impacting all her teammates because you can see her bringing them with her every day. So excited for the year, excited with practice going on, and obviously excited to have Amaris next to me today to talk a little bit about our team.
We'll open it up to questions. We'll start with Ari, followed by Rob and Griffin.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Amaris. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
Great, how are
Ari.
you?
Good. So I'll start with you, Amaris. As Coach just mentioned, bring back you're back and you bring back a majority of your scoring from last year. How great is that for you to be back with some continuity? With players like Grace and Deja and Lane to be back in the fold and have that familiarity for this year.
I mean, I'm just grateful to have another opportunity to be on the court with them and share, the joy for the game and just improving every single day and pushing everybody to become like the best version of themselves. So I'm just very, very grateful to just be back and, continue to push my teammates each day to become better.
And Coach, kind of talking about some of the newcomers, and you have some players who didn't play a ton last year, like Mariah, who had some injuries, and yes, a good freshman class with Molly Rulo and Mariah's sister Bria, and then Julia coming over from Xavier. What's that going to be like for you to implement some of those new players with a lot of the returnees that you have this year?
I mean, I think the great part having nine returnees and three newcomers, and I just feel like with our newcomers, what a great group. Obviously, I had an opportunity to work with them since the summer, and they each bring something unique to the program. As far as just if it's the basketball IQ, the understanding of what we do. With Molly Rulo and Bria Watkins, and they both come from positions where you have a Rulo whose family, obviously her mom, her dad played here, but I say that she was the Delco Player of the Year. She has all these pieces of understanding what it takes and wants to be part of the team. And then to have Bria Watkins, the younger sister Mariah Watkins, the two, I saw them play at such a young age that to see them both now grown and like in our program and doing things that I know they're going to be capable of doing day in, day out is pretty exciting. And she really between those two newcomers, I couldn't ask for a better freshman class. But then you add Julia Garcia Raj, and she is just been a tremendous add for us in the guard, in the backcourt. So now we have a dynamic, crafty guard who's going to give us a little bit of a different, look than Amaris Baker and Grace O'Neill and Lane McGurk. They're all different and unique in what they're bringing. So just so excited about the three newcomers as well.
Oh, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Amaris.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh,
Good, how are
hey,
you?
hey, how are you? I know
I'm doing great.
we were looking for your corner. Where is he?
I have no clue where my porch is on your screen, but it's great to see you both as always. It means basketball season is here, so I've been actually looking forward to it. So I have a couple questions, but I'll start with this off the beaten path. I'm working on a story on how media day has evolved. I'm talking to like players from across the country in different conferences, and I know you all had yours yesterday. So I'll start with Amherst. Can you just share how long it takes for you all um, to get ready for a day like that?
Um, I mean, as long as we know the date, we can get ready. It doesn't matter how much time we have, we'll figure out a plan to just be prepared. So I mean, it was so much fun. We enjoyed spending time with each other and taking pictures. So now we just got to get back on the floor and get back to business.
And then, Coach, for you, how have you seen that evolve from when you played to now coaching, and then just now, obviously, with a different era of basketball now, and these days serve as a deeper meaning for your program and for the players.
Yeah, I think for us, like everything's evolved, and the game has evolved in so many ways. And I think you always say as much as things stay the same, they're same, but they also change. I think the whole media presence, the ability to the just the excitement around women's basketball in general right now is something I think everyone is feeling. So the opportunity to talk about it, and it doesn't always have to be in person, and that we've been able to use different avenues, obviously a Zoom, a call, different ways just to get the message out about women's basketball, how exciting it is, and to just be able to talk about your program. And I feel like that has really opened up the door. I think it's one of the reasons why there is more excitement around the game, because I think we're able to communicate that more and get it out there. But so excited. I mean, example for today, the nice part about this, I can still have practice and we can run in and have a media day, with our player right next to you. So it's nice because you're not missing practice. The one thing I'd say, usually you had to miss a practice day, the coach and a couple of your players. So now we can get it all in and feel like really productive in the day.
Now, more importantly, did you have practice yesterday?
Did we have practice yesterday during the media shots? We did. It was our off day yesterday, actually.
So, and then my last question for you, Coach. Obviously, you're one of the few programs in the country that had zero transfers, so people transfer out. In this day and age, and it's not, and I know it shouldn't necessarily be like a badge of honor type thing or whatever the case may be, but I understand the landscape and the times that we're in. What does that mean to you and your program and your players to know that Drexel was one of the few programs in the country that did not have a transfer?
I think that just speaks so highly of our culture here. And, and I'll just go right back at Amaris where she is. She had a fifth year of eligibility and chose to stay here and be part of this. And I think that just continues to set the tone for us for the type of program we are. People are here. They love where they're playing. They love the teammates they're working with. They love seeing themselves get better. And, we've now returned a committed, proven core of the team. And the staff, our staff is looking so forward to working with them because it's an opportunity to work with everybody again, knowing it's a whole different group with your newcomers, but just knowing that piece of having 9 returnees and 3 newcomers, there's just this potential that, you're not going backwards. Hey, you know what? We're going to use this group and we're going to keep getting better. And that's really our goal every day. We have a super competitive schedule, but really our goal is, hey, let's get better every day. And, we're going to continue grinding the gym and attacking every day and every piece of every day as a way to get better.
Well, thank y'all so much. I'm excited to see you all in person at some point during the year.
Looks like we have time for a couple more, so we'll go Griffin, followed by Kareth, and then Ari again.
Hey, Coach and Amaris, hope you're having a great day. Coach, my first question is for you. You've had a long tenure in this program and you've seen the CAA over the years, but what really sets this kind of stage of where the league is at apart? Because it really does feel top to bottom right now. The league is so deep and it really is at this point in time completely wide open. You just don't know when it comes to March and what's going to happen in the CAA.
I think it just goes back to what I said, the results, at the end of last year is how we judge ourselves moving forward. So for us, it's, I think every team probably does that. And it's wide open. So it does come down to those little things you're getting better at every day. So when you are, finishing your non-conference schedule, where are you? When you finish a conference, like, where are you? Because we've seen the parity just in the last, 3 years, who has won the title has not been the top 4 teams, so it's like back to, we're going to keep focusing on what we do. And we say it all the time, like, we'd rather be consistently great than remarkable once. So and I think when you do those things, and I think we've been able to stay pretty consistent with what we do and how we do it, you're always going to be in a position to contend, whether it's for a title or a championship in the championship game, or, those top 4 positions, wherever you could be. And I think, we just try not to get, and I try, the one thing that's great about having Amaris and so many returnees back, especially from the 24 championship team, they know what it's like to win and they know what it's like to lose, and not be in the championship game. So that will help them. That will only drive them more for what we're going to do every day, knowing that, this is possible if we keep working at these things, but not trying to get from I always say A to D. We got to go from A to B to C. We can't jump any steps. And that's really our goal this year, just step by step.
Well, Coach, that was a perfect segue to my question to you, Amaris. Was there maybe a level of your decision to come back being like, hey, I won 2 years ago, last year happened, and then trying to build on it for your final year at Drexel in your decision making and being with the program?
I mean, my decision was just based on our coaches, the players, and just Drexel program in general. And just being like a Philly kid, I want to be home. Like this is home. This is like my second home away from home, 10 minutes away. So I mean, I just like I confide in my coaches, my teammates. They make me better each day, and I get like emotional talking about them because they bring me like joy. So I mean, I'm just happy to really be here and take on the court with them and just push them every single day. To get back to what we have done. It doesn't matter like just from a win or a loss. That doesn't define us as long as we come in every single day and just get better.
Thank you both.
Well, will be time for just two more. So Karith followed by Ari.
Thanks, Ben. Hi, Coach Mallon. Hi, Amaris. I wanted to kind of take it off of your court and take it off and talk about women's basketball as a whole, specifically in Philadelphia. Obviously, the WNBA team coming in 2030, unrivaled in town today. Can you talk about just sort of the growth of the game, specifically here in Philadelphia, and how excited you both are to see it happen? Thank you.
Well, just that you said unrivaled. That's where we're headed next as soon as we get off the call with you, which is just exciting. We get to talk about basketball all day, and you kind of just segged into that. We'll be heading down here, walking right down to Love Park, and there, there's all the Big Five schools are going to be there, so it's going to be a great day for women's basketball in Philadelphia. But I just think the excitement around the game, the attention around the game, is just, for me, being in the game for as long as I have as a player and a coach, it just gets me more excited to do what I'm doing, because you just continue to see the opportunities grow and see the vision of what we thought about when I first started playing and where it is, and just sky's the limit. And with Philly getting a team, that just is another example of the game is continuing to grow, and we're all part of that. So excited for the team, to be here in 2030 and just continue to support the game all around.
I mean, I'm super excited for Philly to have a WNBA team. Just growing up, there's the Sixers and you have AI, but what about women? So the fact that we have that coming up is just super exciting, and that's going to push the younger generation and those that are next to keep working hard every single day. So it's super exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll just ask my final question real quick, Coach. Want to talk about Deja Evans. I mean, what about the growth for her? She's honorable mention, CAA, comes in last year, really dominates down low. Talk about her growth and the feeling getting on the CAA preseason honorable mention team.
I think Deja, if you saw her play last year, you just saw these glimpses of, she almost had a triple-double against Temple. I think she missed it by one block. But to be in a position to do that, that's not something every player does, So I think the fact she was able to be just kind of in reach of something like that just goes to show the potential she is as a player. She's already 7th in her all-time blocks here in 1 year. So I'm hoping that continues to be, hopefully she's at number 1 by the time she finishes here. But I think just her potential and just to be recognized, honorable mention, I think other people also saw that in her. So my thing is what we said, the consistency of what she's done through the summer and heading into what we're doing now. I think you're going to see the results of it on the court this season. So excited to see Deja really step on the floor and demand the ball a little more in every way. So hopefully Amaris will pass her. I think she will. I think she's convinced she will. But I mean, those things I think for me as a coach are all part of what I do. So, my job now is to see how that comes together and get all those tools ready to be sharpened and do what they can on the floor.
Well, thank you both, and good luck on your season.
Thank you.